Welcome to part 3 of my series of attempting to beat the Hitman trilogy with only the pale duck. If you missed it, I recommend checking out part 1 and 2 for context on my descent into madness, but first, why don't you subscribe for those small channel bragging rights? The rules once again remain the same. The duck's explosion has to kill the targets. I am allowed to use other gadgets and weapons, and only one duck is allowed per level. I personally consider Hitman 3 to be the best entry in the modern Hitman trilogy, giving us some of the most interesting locations and mission stories. However, in terms of this challenge, it's pretty piss easy, other than that one mission which I'll get to soon enough. We start in Dubai, which is a simple 2-target mission. Here I will make use of the mission story known as How the Mighty Fall, by hacking into the building's security system and setting a meeting for the targets. I then go and grab a guard's disguise and make my way to the top of the building. Once all this setup is done, I manage to make my way into the penthouse where both targets are and blow them both the fuck up with the duck. Easy mission, and then I throw myself off a building. Even though this mission was pretty easy, I suppose that was to be expected since it's the very first mission of the game. Next is good old England, a 1-target mission. Nothing notable here, other than the seemingly incestuous rich family. Anyway, we grab the detective's disguise and head up to the target's office to frame the butler for the murder mystery that this mission story has. We then ask for the other objective as payment from the target, and then blow this loving grandmother off the fucking roof. Another pretty easy, unremarkable mission. Now it's time for Berlin. A minimum 5-target mission. I suppose this is payback for that 1-target mission I just sailed through. This mission takes place in like a crowded nightclub, where all the targets can see through your disguises, meaning my favourite glitch, the gun law glitch, is now off the table. In order to do this mission, I will need to gather all 5 targets in the same location. Luckily, there is a mission story where you disguise yourself as a nightclub owner and set a meeting with 5 of the targets in one secluded room. Now, my original plan for this mission was to get some propane tanks and lay them all about the room and blow them up with a duck, but when I placed the duck to set the trap before they all walked in, one of the targets just kept picking up the duck because, I don't know, maybe it was just enticing, maybe he wanted to have a bath with it or some shit. But after numerous attempts of doing this, I discovered there was a far, far simpler way. If I just kneecapped all the targets and knocked them out before dragging their bodies into a massive pile near the desk, then it would just be a far easier time than having to blow up the propane tanks, fail, reload the save, blow them up again, reload the save, you get what I'm saying. After hours of attempts and trying to knock out each target and drag them together, eventually I did it. And I know I said in the previous video that the most satisfying explosion that I did was in Mumbai, but this one takes the cake. With all the bodies stacked up on each other, I hit that trigger and saw them all go flying. This mission was pretty easy, and I expected it to be a hell of a lot harder since there was like 5 targets, but since I managed to get them all in one location via a mission story, it actually made it relatively easy. But maybe next time I'll try and attempt this mission duck only without a mission story, then I think I'll go insane. Now we move on to the next mission. This mission is probably the easiest of them all. I just hide the duck in a passageway in a bin, and then shoot down every single drone, causing 2 pissed off targets to come and meet each other in that very passageway. I then hit the trigger from the balcony and watch them go flying from afar, before just walking into the nearest apartment to exit the mission. It was a really easy one, and to be fair, this mission so far has been a really nice change of pace from the last 2, because the last 2 games in the Hitman trilogy have been an absolute nightmare. But I don't know, I think Hitman 3 is like more cinematic than the others, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. Now we're in Mendoza, the second to last mission in the game. Here, there is a challenge that sets up a meeting with both targets, but to be honest, that would have been too easy. So for the final time in this series, it's time for me to reintroduce my good old gun law glitch that I've been using for the last 2 videos. I place a pistol by one of the targets, and as soon as he notices it, I pick it up, making him follow me and attempt to tell me off for waving my gun around. After walking down to the other target and failing a few times, I finally got them close enough to each other to place the duck and blow them both up with relative ease before exiting the mission. Once again, another easy mission that was completed with ease. Now finally, it's time to move on to the final mission, the train mission in the mountains. As I equip my loadout to prepare for this mission, I realise I cannot bring in any outside equipment whatsoever. No matter what, no matter my starting location, there is no way for me to bring a duck into this mission. There isn't even a duck in this mission for me to use, so it's just impossible to complete in a traditional sense. However, there is one loophole. Once I make it to the end of the train, I am offered a serum that makes Agent 47 forget his memories and become a slave to the target, and on taking, the mission ends. So technically, I have beat the mission, but I didn't kill the target and I didn't use the rubber duck, so it's a technicality. And you guys know me, I hate technicalities, so I went back to do a satisfying end to this video and put a bullet in the target's head. Was this whole challenge a success, or just a complete waste of time? You decide in the comments below, because I've got no fucking clue now. Now, I've had a good few requests to attempt to do speedruns as a challenge run, so I have an idea for an upcoming video featuring a certain blue hedgehog that I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy. Just don't expect much, because I'm not that good of a gamer, you know? Sorry for the delay on this video, Christmas has been absolutely mental, but I appreciate the support and growth that this channel has had recently. Thank you guys for everything, and I should come out with a more consistent upload schedule soon. Anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you again.
Did you know that 99% of you want